If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. Exactly. This is where we're at as United fans. Well, anyways, hello and welcome to the show. Yeah, that the intro basically sets the tone for it. It's going to be a bit of a depressing thing because I want to get a few things off my chest. I'm sure Clayton will, and then hopefully we can turn it into a positive spin. But before we get into it, do consider liking and subscribing, sharing the video, and all that good stuff. But let's get straight into Clayton. I'm going to start off with the transfer frustration, the whole transfer saga around Manchester United Football Club. It's like I'm sure people are getting very bored of it. I'm definitely bored of it. I know you are, Alberto, Marcus, every United fan. We all in this position where we're suffering. It's just mentally frustrating and it's mentally draining. I feel exhausted. I feel just sick to my stomach. It's like I don't even want to be on Twitter. And it's just like it's just a big mess. And I'll get into the specifics soon. But like Clay, how are you feeling? How are you coping with the whole transfer frustration? Are you okay with it? Are you expecting it? How are you just dealing with the whole thing?
I'm just disappointed. I'm just exceptionally disappointed. But it's hard to expect more from a club that never really actually lives up to expectations in the transfer window. But I'm exceptionally disappointed in what we've done. It's frustrating and it's just a mess, and it's not anything that we should be proud of at the end of the day. We need to be looking to build forward here, and we're just not, and it's so frustrating. This keeps on happening year after year.
Yeah. I mean, let's go step by step on why this whole transfer window has been depressing we'll start off with the big one, Jadon Sancho. Big one. I'm sure people are very sick of this one. Jadon Sancho, obviously great player. We linked with him. We were strongly almost the deal. The deal was in touching distance. I think at the beginning of the window, literally like in the first week, Fabrizio Romano came out. He said, listen, this deal is almost at the done. It's just about agreeing the initial fee. The Dortmund don't want to budge on the fee. It's all about doing that. And supposedly the deal was very close. And multiple sources saying Ed Woodward came into that deal, tried to renegotiate it, and basically fucked it up. That's basically what happened. They basically messed it up. And that's where we are. Now it's very quiet with Dortmund. The situation it hasn't changed. Dortmund will come to Manchester United if 120 million euros is paid, basically like 108 million pounds. That's the situation. Done with that. It hasn't happened yet. Cross your fingers. And what's frustrating about this is that it was supposed to happen. Like I said, at the beginning of the transfer window, it was supposed to happen. Deal done. Now, we're playing Palace tomorrow. We are playing Crystal Palace tomorrow without a Jadon Sancho. Now, from a footballing terms, that's horrible. How can you go? It's like you're leaving Oli. I wouldn't say unprepared because the first team is great. It should still get the job done. But we would be lying if we said Sancho doesn't increase our chances to win that game. So and we've seen it what happened with Bruno. We didn't get Bruno in for the Burnley game. We lost points against Burnley. Bruno was in that game. They would have done it. So it's always business instead of football. It's very frustrating. So that just shows where we are. In fact, Sancho could miss the next 2 games. He could literally be on transfer deadline. Actually, some would say that's not going to be at all. Like I said, I'm still 50-50. We're going to have to see what happens with Jadon Sancho. And we're just going to have to see. But Clayton, what do you have to say with regards to the club not getting in Jadon Sancho for Ole Gunnar Solskjaer and the United fan base in general before our fixture start?
It's ridiculous, in all honesty. We should have done our business a lot quicker, which is something we're really renowned for doing, getting our business done very slowly. It needs to change. We need a big change up above. We need Woodward to step down. We need someone else there. Even if the signing's Van der Sar, which I've seen a lot of people on Twitter say recently, I think he could be a sign that we actually need to make in the club as a whole. Never mind just for the players in the first team. We need to change up top, and it's very frustrating to hear that you're the director of football, the person who's supposed to put the deal on the table, the person that's supposed to make deals happen, can't make a deal happen, and just breaks down negotiations if he doesn't get his way, which I think is unacceptable as a football club. You're basically just throwing a tantrum because Joey's not giving you Sancho now.
Basically.
Even though you're not willing to pay for it.
Yeah, and that's the risk.
It's ridiculous.
That's the problem with our club, Manchester United Football Club. It should be Manchester United Business. That should be our name. Manchester United Business is risking nine Premier League points and a few cup games to just save about maybe 5 million. And they're not going to save it. I can tell you now, they're not going to save it. They're going to think Dortmund are going to budge. They won't budge. Dortmund are happily to keep him. Sancho's happy to stay if they don't pay for another season. And I can tell you what, if we don't get Sancho in this window, we're not getting him. It's not like Bruno where no one knows
Probably
everyone.
not.
Real Madrid, Barcelona, maybe Liverpool, other teams will be in for Jadon Sancho next season. So this is our only opportunity, and United have to get that deal over the line. And speaking of deals going over the line, Sergio Reguilon. Again, Fabrizio Romano comes out saying we were this close to Sergio Reguilon. Obviously, the problem was the buyback clause. Now, I've seen people defending United and saying that we're right. We don't want to buy a player because it doesn't fit the long-term plan, and then for Real Madrid just to buy him back in 2 years when he's performing.
Yeah.
I somewhat agree to an extent, but at the end of the day, still, there was a player you should have brought in for Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. It might have not been the priority, but if you can't get the first priority, you still get that player and you fix a problem. And again, something is small. It's just like 25 million pounds. You couldn't get it over the deal. And now we see it even with Bale. Bale could have been a substantial alternative. I'm glad, by the way. I'm glad Bale's not coming. But Bale, again, same thing. Close, gone to Tottenham. And we've seen, it's just very frustrating as a general. I'm very mentally fatigued, mentally drained. I was even thinking, what can we do? Like, how can the fans help? And that just brings me on to the next point, breaking it down from top to bottom and how maybe us fans can try help, because at the moment, do you agree that the Man United fan base is heavily divided?
Yeah, I think so. I definitely feel that we're pretty divided at this point in time. I think a lot of people are torn between saying our first team's good enough and a lot of people questioning whether Ole should be in charge as well. I feel like our fan base is very confused, to say the least. I think a lot of us want a lot more from this club and we're just not getting it, and it's just frustrating, and I feel like that's the main reason there's a divide at this point in time. And it's just something that needs to change. We need to push forward. We need to challenge again. We're not just suddenly going to turn Ole Gunnar Solskjaer into prime Sir Alex and just go do the treble next season with 0 signings, basically. Obviously, Van de Beek is here. I'm not trying to disrespect them or anything like that. But we've basically done no business this window, and it shows. It shows just everywhere you look in the United fan base at this point. It's not good on anyone. It's not a good reflection on the squad. It's not a good reflection on the coaching staff. It's not a good reflection on anyone at this point. We needed reinforcements, at the very least, to allow our bench to be that little step above. Because at the end of the day, Sancho is going to bench one of our first team players. And that means we have a fantastic player that's going to be waiting for us when we need them. And that's something we've needed direly throughout this entire season that just passed. It shows, even in the preseason, which I know we're going to talk about a lot more later.
Yeah, because before I go on to the next point. It's not even just about us. Other teams around us are strengthening. Liverpool are making signings. Chelsea bought basically a whole new first team. Arsenal have made good recruitment. They've got Aubameyang to sign the contract. Will Pogba sign the contract? I tell you, if Sancho doesn't come, Paul Pogba is probably thinking, where's the ambition of this club? We will start losing players like Martial, like Rashford, because they, at the end of the day, they're all fantastic players. But if you're not getting them, like Marcus Rashford, Martial, Bruno, they're too good to play just for fourth. They're way too good to play for. Paul Pogba is too good just to play for fourth. These are the problems you'll be having if things don't get fixed very soon. So other teams are strengthening. It's just bad. And we look at the preseason game. This is why we need to strengthen. The preseason game. We were going to talk about it. We lost. If anyone doesn't know, we played Villa in a preseason game. Basically, there was a Rashford played, Maguire played, I think Luke Shaw played,
Van de Beek played.
I think that was the only first. Dean Henderson played.
Started.
Dean Henderson played. And those were basically our only first team players. But that's quite a few. And the rest was just the bench players. And we lost 1-0. We lost 1-0. That's shocking. That just shows how bad the drop off
Disappointing.
is. Yeah, that just shows a team like Villa, who was fighting relegation last season, our second team can barely
Yeah.
keep up with them. And that's no disrespect to Villa. That's no
Yeah.
disrespect to Villa, but that just shows, like, you know, Manchester United, with all due respect, we're supposed to be one of the biggest clubs in the world. And our second
Yeah.
team, I can tell you what, City's second team will trash Villa. I can tell you that.
Yeah.
Liverpool's second team could probably get the result against Villa. So, you know, we need depth. We need depth. And, you know, going on to the ownership again, from the top
Exactly.
to bottom, it's just from the Glazers to Woodward. They're laughing at us because, like I said, the fan base is divided. That I look at these fans, they're arguing amongst each other because the Red Army is like, how can you guys say this? You're not a true Manchester United fan if you don't back them through thick and thin. No, that's not, I hate when Manchester United, when local United fans, it might not even be local United fans. It might just be troll accounts on Twitter trying to push your buttons. But they're saying you can't be a true United fan. You'll never know what it's like to be a United fan. How can you know? You're supposed to back this, whatever. This is the problem. This is the problem. And, you know, if you're coming at us for help, I mean, I'm going to discuss ways fans can help. But at the end of the day, like us, we're a small YouTube channel. We only have like 74 subscribers. We thank you a lot, by the way. We appreciate all of you guys. We do really appreciate all of you guys who listen. But we need to be united. It's in our name, Manchester United. And at the moment, the fan base, I can tell you what, it's more like Manchester divided. That's what it is. It's Manchester divided instead of Manchester United. Our new name should be Manchester. Exactly. Our new name should be Manchester Divided Business, not Manchester United Football Club. And that's where we are. So I know lots of people ask me, like, Shauny, how can we help? Well, first of all, we all need to be united. That's like the big goal. If everyone's on the same page, things will go a lot smoother, right? I don't know how we can do that. I myself cannot be one that can unite the whole United fan base as well. I'm just one man. There's no ways I can take millions, and we're talking millions, maybe 40, 50 million fans around the world to unite for one cause. But, you know, if you ask for my opinion, and we'll get your opinions also, Clay, of ways we can help, I'll start by saying, don't buy the merchandise. Don't buy the merchandise. Don't buy the MUTV subscription. Now, I must say, before I continue on that point, KG from the United Stand, I was listening to a show that KG and Flex did. Great show, by the way. Go check them out on the United Stand. But KG was saying that, you know, he hears that. He hears that opinion, my opinion. So he hears what I have to say. But he said, that's like saying to, you know, some United fans, don't be in love with your football club. You know, imagine us foreign fans. We live in South Africa. We don't get to go to the games, you know. We don't get to see the players like live in person, you know. All we can do is sit at home, watch them from our TV, follow them on the social media and stuff, you know, buy some merch. I understand that. So, like, you know, if you really do feel like a United shirt is all you can, you know, connect you with United. I wouldn't say, if someone said to me that I'm a better United fan because I have all the United shirts than you are, I'd be like, that's nonsense. So I wouldn't think you're better just because you have all the United shirts. I think it's part of the problem. I think if you didn't buy, like, you know, in a fantasy world where people didn't buy the kits, we didn't subscribe to MUTV, that will show, and we didn't, like, you know, we unfollowed them. These are a big march out at Old Trafford, which we can't do, like I said, because we're not there. Those things will probably hit home and send a proper statement. But like I said, like, you know, this is part of the problem. I have no right to tell Clayton don't buy a United shirt because it's contributing to the game, and I have no right to tell anyone else. But then, you know, what annoys me is when people say that you're not a true fan because you don't buy merchandise. You know, it hurts me, if I'm honest. I haven't bought a single piece of Manchester United merchandise for I don't know how many years now, and I refuse to buy it. I loved last season's kit. Last season's kit was the thing, and I still didn't buy that kit because I knew if I bought this kit, I'm literally just contributing to the Glazers and everything, and I'm not helping the situation. The last United thing, I don't have it on because I packed it away because I'm going somewhere. But the last Man United merchandise I bought was a Man United official cap, which I can't remember how, but it's beaten down, and I love that because I know that's the only real Manchester United thing I have. The other United shirts that I do have all like replicas, so it's not like from the official place. So you know that could be in it. If you can't afford the official Manchester United shirt or whatever, I'm not going to look down on anyone that doesn't, because at the end of the day, the reasoning of buying a United shirt is still the same. You're showing love for your football club. You know, not everyone. That's the reality of the situation. Not everyone can afford an official Manchester United shirt. So I know it. Is it illegal? It's probably illegal. So you know, it probably is illegal. But again, replica shirts and things like that, it's still out there. You know, so there's other ways you can show love to your club. Things like tweeting out Glazers out. We've seen Glazers out, Woodward out trending on Twitter a few days ago. I was very proud of that. And funny enough, that day was the most interaction I've ever got in my Twitter history. Was on that day, because I was non-stop tweeting about how I feel, everything. And I was getting a lot of interactions, and I appreciate all of you. If you don't know, Clayton and I also both have Twitter accounts into any socials. It'll be in the description below. Go check them out, follow us, interact with us. We'll definitely interact back with you guys. But yeah, there's just based on that. And Clay, how do you think fans could help? I've said my part. You know, those are ways I think we can help as fans. But like I said, the bigger problem is we all not united, and we all can't. Like, until we're all on the same page, none of this is going to help. And I'm just waffling, basically. But Clay, how do you think there's ways that we can help?
Well, I don't think there's going to be much more behind that at the end of the day. I think the main way to help United at this point is to get new owners. That's probably the number one priority. So if there's a way that we can somehow get the Glazers out of this, that'd be fantastic. But there's not exactly a clear-cut way, and slowly boycotting and just refusing to purchase anything that they officially sell. It'll hurt a bit, but they're still going to make a ton of money off United in general. Because what's next? Are we going to stop watching the games? Are we going to stop following their players on social media as well?
Yeah,
it's getting ludicrous at points. You know?
I won't like United's picture of Bruno, but like if Bruno posts a picture, I like Bruno.
Yeah, exactly. So if you want to hurt Man United in a financial standpoint, it makes sense because they've ruined this club from a financial standpoint. You can check the records; everything's out there in plain daylight. There's fishy stuff going on there, and they are very much running this like a business and not like a football club. And it really hurts when you see the opposition strengthening, like you said, and then we're just stagnating, barely getting anything done. There's very small things that I think we can do. I think we have very small voices compared to the Glazers at this point. So everybody tweeting out, Glazers out, do a bit, yeah.
No, yeah, it's like
that's probably our best way at this point in time to action.
Yeah, like I know Marcus also. Like if we ever speak to Marcus, he'll tell you like, you know, he doesn't let the Glazers control his happiness, and by all means that's fine. Like I said, everyone's different. Yeah. But by all means, the Glazers got no control over his happiness. He doesn't think that, you know, one tweet is gonna make a massive difference. And I think, you know, it could, like, it's a start. Like, yeah, in the greater scheme of things, it might not be. But, you know, it is a start at the beginning. Like, you know, I started, then all of a sudden I reach out to 5 people. Those 5 people reach out to another. You know, it'll grow drastically. So, but like I said, again, it just shows everyone's divided. Even like, you know, my friends and I, you know, things are just divided. So what I'm trying to say, there is ways we can help, but it's not going to happen until we're all on the same page. And that's the big goal. And if you ask me, how do we get all the fan base on the same page? I don't even know. I'll be honest, I do not know. I'm not the holy grail of United knowledge or United standing to go forward. I'm just a young man in my prime years of my life who supported that club for like 20 plus years. And, you know, I'm running a fan channel just to interact with other Man United fans and have a good time to show my love and, you know, just my opinions of the club. Just like any other Man United fan. I'm no better than any other Man United fan. So, but yeah, I lost my point. Oh my god, I lost my point. I was gonna say something. What was I gonna say?
It was a nice waffle, don't worry.
It was a nice waffle, but God, what did I forget? I forgot what I was gonna say. Oh yeah,
that's fine.
How to get the entire fan base united? I don't know. Okay. I genuinely don't know. That's where I was gonna go. Because I was saying I was on Twitter. I can't remember the account. If I remember the account, I would have shouted it out. But it was basically a poll saying if you could remove one thing. Oh, it might have been a So basically Love United hate Glazers account. I know that those people also divide the fan base like crazy. Some people just think they moronic frauds. I agree with some things. I don't agree with some of their accounts. But they put out basically a tweet with a poll saying if you could remove one thing from United, what would it be? And it was Ollie, it was the Glazers, and it was Woodward. Now Ollie and Woodward were 8%, and the rest were Glazers. So that shows the vast majority of the fan base. Basically, well, from the guys who voted, agreed that the Glazers were the main problem because they're right at the top, but then 8% are saying Ollie and Ed Woodward. Now, if you say Ed Woodward, you're basically saying that let's just say for argument's sake, right? You got rid of Ed Woodward, Van der Sar came in. Van der Sar is still going to struggle with the Glazers above him. He will definitely help. This will be the situation. So, like, if Van der Sar was in this situation right now, he knows that he wants Jadon Sancho. Don't get it wrong. Van der Sar wants Jadon Sancho. Ollie wants Jadon Sancho. And then, Glazers are basically saying, up yours. You're not going to get the price. Here's the cash. That's all you have, 100 million. You need 108 for Jadon Sancho. Right. Now Van der Sar would probably be thinking, right, there's two ways I can do this. I can probably get the very good replacement, and Van der Sar will have the knowledge and the definite background to get a good replacement for Jadon Sancho. Or he'd be definitely thinking, I need to get rid of Jones, I need to get rid of Smalling. They're all on big wages. I don't know how I'm going to do it, but they'll probably figure a way to get those guys out. Or, sell certain players. Maybe even sell, like, as harsh it could be, like, even if you have to sell Fred. So I know Fred has been great, but if you had to sell Fred and maybe get a backup, because there's definitely lots of potential. You could sell Fred, get Jadon Sancho and the money and things, and then you could Van der Sar would basically fix that, right? But then still, Van der Sar's walking with one arm behind his back, but he definitely has more knowledge and will definitely be way better than everyone. To sack Ollie, if you sack Ollie, the opinion is, you sack Ollie, you bring in, let's just say, Marcelo Bielsa from Leeds or Pochettino. Tactically, they could be better than Ollie, right? I'm not going on Ollie, right? Everyone knows where I stand with Ollie, right? But let's just say we bring in someone like a Pep or something. You sack Ollie, you bring in a better manager, fine. Tactically, he's better than Ollie, fine. Now with this current United team, though, Ollie with this current United team, we've seen what he could do. He hit the ceiling last season. Ollie did the best as he could get last season. Semi-finals of 2 cups, 3rd place. Pochettino, he might get you to a final. He might get you to another final. He might get you a little bit more points because tactically, but it's still not good enough. Now with the owners, let's just say we get new owners, ideal owners, not owners who are just coming here to make money through Manchester United. Owners who actually care about United and will put money in for the right reasons, right? Owners come in. If new owners come in, I can tell you what, and they actually care about the football side. I tell you what, they will fire Ed Woodward because they'll know he's not good enough. The owners will fire Ed Woodward. They will fire Ollie if he's not good enough. Or if Ollie's good enough, they will keep. If we get adequate owners, things will fix itself because it all starts from the top. And for me, the top is the problem. So yes, changing Ollie could make a small difference. Yes, changing Woodward could make a bigger difference, but still smaller. The biggest difference though is you get the right owners. You get the right owners, management sorts it out, coaches sort it out, players sorts it out. Everything basically in the club sorts itself out. So that's the reason why I'm always Glazers out. It's in my Twitter name. I think that is what the main problem with Manchester United Football Club is, those bloody owners. And like I said, you either let it affect you, like me, or you don't let it affect you, like someone like Marcus. But it's hard. It's very hard. That's why I said everyone's different. It's so to get behind something that is going to take the Glazers out to a mass movement, will be very proud. And I wish, trust me, I wish I was in England, in Manchester, to be part of movements that could leave the fan, or lead movements that could say, listen, like we've seen last season, there was supposed to be that big. Remember, Clay? I don't know if you remember the mass walkout that was supposed to happen. Do you remember that?
Not really. What game was it? Was it early in the season? It was obviously before COVID. So,
it was definitely. It was when things were just going down. We were like on a big losing streak. It looked like Ollie was going to get fired. And there was supposed to be basically this massive walkout. And it didn't happen. There's supposed to be like a boycott. Again, it didn't happen. There's no one figure. And they can't really be one figure. It's got to be a unanimous decision that, listen, guys, we're going to do this. The Red Army could do it. The Red Army is probably big enough. If anyone doesn't know, Red Army is like, I think it's a section of the Man United fans at Manchester who basically make up the songs. You know, the we support Manchester United, win, lose, or draw, all that nonsense stuff. But you know, they could possibly do that, but they won't, because like again, they just want to love United. No matter how bad it could be, you could get relegated. I'm even one of those guys. If we got relegated, that doesn't mean I'm gonna stop supporting United. I would be happy with it, but like I'm not gonna act like that's what I'm saying. So things are just very divided clearly. And do you think there's any hope that we could ever get those guys out?
It's genuinely just a thing of hope at this point. There were reports that a Spanish family is coming to take over, but nothing really materialized past that.
So there's lots of people. Listen, when I say lots of,
there's definitely lots of people. It just takes a lot of money, though. Yeah.
So I'm not saying there's lots of billionaires, but like I'm relative. I'm speaking about relative. There's quite a few candidates who would probably buy Manchester United. But even that alone, like if you just think, I'm thinking, if I'm Jeff Bezos, for example, richest man in the world, right? If I go to Glazers right now, right, I can guarantee the Glazers are going to be there. Like, okay, you want to buy Manchester United Football Club, no problem. Their Glazers have a net worth of $5 billion. I think it's $5 billion is the net worth of the Glazers family. United are worth, I think, $3 billion. I think United are worth $3 billion. I guarantee you now, Glazers are going to be something ridiculous and say, if you want to buy United, £10 billion or $10 billion. And I'm Jeff Bezos now. I'm a billion. I'm the richest man in the world. I'm like 10 billion. So even just getting the Glazers to sell is going to be a huge problem, unless literally unless we take the risk as fans and kill our club. But then that could also have a drastic effect. Imagine everyone just stopped contributing to the clubs. No one went to the games. No one bought the merchandise, but the Glazers still don't care. They still don't sell, and literally Man United get liquidated, and then the club just falls apart. So it's a very tricky, sensitive, dire situation at the end of the day. It'll take an extremely smart, intelligent person to fix this. I'm not that guy. Don't come to me. I am definitely not that guy. I do not have all the answers. I'm just giving you the ideas and the philosophies of what to do. But if you're asking me actually like numbers, facts, graphs, pie charts, that don't come to me. I mean, I probably could if I put enough time and United asked me to. I maybe could, but you're asking a lot. I'll be honest with you, you're asking a lot for a little man who's doing a Man United fan channel. I'm literally just like, I'm no better than anyone else. I'm just trying to help. But Clayton, just to go back on the whole situation. Do you think there's ever a chance that we could get the whole, how bad do you think it will have to get for the fan base to be united? For how bad do you think it has to get for the Red Army to be like, you know what, let's do this. Let's get everyone Old Trafford to walk out. Let's put something. Let's try and get change.
It's going to take something special, I think, at the end of the day. I think right now we're not exactly in a bad state, but we definitely know there's an issue at the top. It's definitely something that
United
needs to be changed. So I think it would take us falling close to relegation one season for something to push us over the edge and just be like, okay, this is unacceptable. Finishing bottom of the league, basically, it's not going to happen. We're not going to support this anymore.
I don't ever say that.
Yeah, it's not going to happen. The Glazers put just enough to keep us up,
That's the thing. Yeah.
Keep us relevant.
This is the situation. For us as fans, we want to win titles. Champions League, Premier League, we want that. But by all means, United's situation right now is not bad. It's basically we are literally that student who's like, oh, I only got a 80% on my math test, and you're like, 80? I'm just lucky to stay up. I'm lucky I passed. I'm happy with my 40%. I passed. No problem. I think.
Villa, thanks.
Exactly. Yeah.
You're fun at that, Villa.
Exactly. So our situation is obviously it's not as bad. Obviously we in Champions League.
Yeah.
We still in top 4. It's not like we mid-table or anything like that. Players are coming, but we want more as fans. We have the right to. We were very spoiled and arrogant when a certain man, 2 men, David Gill, Sir Alex Ferguson, were in charge of this football club. The CEO, so David Gill got replaced by Ed Woodward, and then obviously Sir Alex Ferguson got replaced by Moyes, Van Gaal, Mourinho, the whole shebang, Oli, the whole shebang. So those 2 men literally spoiled us for many years, for half my United support. Half my life was success. It was the great. I even tweeted it out that being a United fan growing up was the greatest thing ever. No one could chat to you. No one could do anything. You were like, who do you support? Manchester United. Conversation. End of conversation. End of conversation. I support the greatest team in the world. And that's where we want to get back to. We have the right to want that.
Yeah.
But in my tweet, I said it's now more than ever that we have to be united as a fan base and be together because, you get through the tough times. And, if you get through the tough times and success does come, imagine somehow, things do get better and you see United and someone like Anthony Martial and Bruno lift a Premier League trophy or a Champions League trophy. Could you imagine how great it would feel? I know, and the only reason I know I can see that because I've literally seen my dad. My dad supports Liverpool. So yeah, my dad supports Liverpool. He's never seen success ever from lately, and I basically took the piss out of him for many years, many years. Like being a United fan, you could take the piss out of a lot of things, and now obviously he's got his success, and obviously Liverpool fans are on top of the world. They are on top of the world, and we basically got hit in face by reality and been hit in the face by shit. The owners basically said, up yours, United fans, we've got you on strings. You don't go on, don't buy the merch. You say you don't want to buy the merch, don't buy the merch then. And we're like, I don't want to. It's not the player's fault. It's not that badge's fault. It's the owner's fault. But I'm still gonna help. So it's just a big mess.
Yeah.
And yeah, just something I thought I would speak about on the show that we have, the small viewership we have. It's just something I thought I'd get off my chest. I thought it's something Clayton could get off his chest because I'm pretty sure even for Clayton, it's not enjoyable this whole window.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah,
it's a lot to improve at the end of the day, and it just feels like we're just coming out of that bit of a dark age in a sense as well. And it still feels like there's something just pushing us down from the top at the end of the day.
The shit thing about United is we're always on the climb. If you look, there's a cycle. A manager comes in, doesn't do well, goes in Europa League, he gets backed. We get Champions League. Then he doesn't get back. Then you're like, huh? And then he's back to Europa League. Same fired. Next manager, horrible. Goes up Champions League. Doesn't get back. Sacked next season. New manager goes up. Sacked. Back down. So what I will say, even though I know Oli isn't technically good enough yet. Emphasize on the word yet. I'm not saying you can't get there. You can get there. But that it gives me a reason to back.
You probably can't get there.
Oli is a Manchester United man. He might not be my cup of tea as a manager. Of course, if you know me, I would love Pochettino. I would love Marcelo Bielsa at Leeds. I would love him, definitely. I would love like a Jurgen Klopp. I would love, I won't like Pep. I'll be honest, I don't want Pep. Keep Pep away from my team. Keep Mourinho away from my team. But obviously there are better managers out there. But I want Oli to succeed. And at the end of the day, I don't care who's there. I just want Manchester United to succeed. So I want to give Oli time. I know, like the way I'm at now, I wouldn't sack Oli if he has a bit of a stink of a season. Because I knew Oli didn't get backed this window. I knew he didn't get backed. The players he wanted didn't come in. What could we expect from Oli Gunnar? The best you could get is literally what he got last season. Champions League football and maybe 2 semi-finals. Quarter-finals because it's Champions League. So it's more serious. But then what I would say, if he didn't, the only way Oli's getting sacked is if he didn't get backed and it was just a mess. The Palace game coming up. We should still beat Palace. That shouldn't be a problem with our first team. This is where we're complaining about 89% with Liverpool. Liverpool's getting 90s, we're getting 80s, we won 90s, but Palace is like an easy thing. You should still get full marks on that, okay? There's no problem. That you should beat Palace, you should beat Burnley, So those little things have to improve. Oli can't drop as many points as he did last season to silly little teams. That needs to improve with the current team. He can definitely do that. So, but the gap, Chelsea's increased the gap, City's increased the gap, Liverpool's increased the gap. So it's hard, and we want to go back there. The owners don't want to go back there, but that's where the whole situation's at the moment. So Clay, I know you also are not the biggest fan of Oli, but going into the season, if Oli didn't get back basically, and he did get Champions League, he got Champions League again. Would you give him time, or do you still want a manager?
I think it's time we stick with the manager, even though he's not my cup of tea as well. I do think it's just time we stick with the manager. We see it out as much as possible. We don't just keep on firing and hiring, because we're figuring it out what they're doing. we're starting to figure out what they've been doing.
Yeah, longer and
And
longer
it's
United
terrible
fans
on
are
us at
getting
the end of the
smart.
day as fans. Yeah, exactly. So it's literally just time that we just stick with the manager. Let's see what he can do. The players love him at the end of the day. He can work on his coaching badges. He
Also, the
can
fans love him.
keep
Listen,
on
listen,
getting
like
better
I definitely
tactically.
know
Yeah.
in England,
Yeah,
Ollie
exactly.
is loved. Maybe foreign opinion is a bit different, but Ollie
Yeah.
is loved there. So
Yeah. He's a United legend at the end of the day.
my
I'm not
uncle loves
surprised.
him. My uncle
A
loves
lot
him.
of
He will
people
stick
love him,
Ollie
man.
to thick
Yeah.
and thin. Yeah. So
Yeah. I still think he's got a long way to go tactically. I think he has a lot to learn still, but I think we need to stick with it. We've stuck with it this long. We need to go for a few more years at the very least and see what more we can get out of him. See if there's even more potential there, and see if we can push for actually something noteworthy, which will be very, very tough with everyone strengthening and us just sitting here with one okay signing, you know?
oh, he's a good signing to be there.
Yeah,
It's okay
it's a
in
squad
the
play at
great
the end of the
scheme
day.
of
That's what I'm
things.
saying. Yeah. Yeah, it's
Van de
okay in the
Beek on
grand
himself
scheme,
is a good.
but yeah, it's not an instant impact player that Bruno was that's
Yeah,
going to push us forward.
it's
It's
not going to be
something
a
to
Jadon
help
Sancho
improve us
support to
overall.
the team. Yeah, it's
Yeah,
not a player.
exactly. Yeah,
He can.
so that's why I would say it's an okay signing. Yeah, because if Spurs go out and sign Bale and Reguilon, like it looks like it's happening, looks like it's going to be announced soon. Liverpool go get Thiago. Those are all star-studded players that will walk into any first team at the end of the day.
Yeah, and even with Sancho and Van de Beek, it still isn't enough.
Yeah.
I'll just be honest with you, it isn't enough.
Yeah.
This is the window
There's
to
a lot
go
of
and smash the transfer market. But yeah, that's I think that's where it is. That's the reality of the situation. I think that just sums up the whole show basically. You know, Villa tomorrow. Not Villa. I was looking at my notes and I was checking if I had seen anything. Palace tomorrow. Yeah, Palace tomorrow. Let's go get the dub, boys. I know it's hard as United fans.
Yep.
You know, let's try to be a bit positive, be negative when we have to be. Obviously, you know, when Oli doesn't get backed, divert your anger, frustration towards the board. Please, 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 I beg. You know, from one United fan to another. If you are going to take out your frustration, for now, direct it all at the owners, those bastard owners. Because if I ever see one of those owners in real life, I'm clapping them. I'm taking one for the team, boys. For one of millions of fans, I'll take one for the team. Going to jail. I'm going. Okay, going. I'm taking one for the team. Obviously, you know, semi-joke, guys, semi-joke.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that's just about that up.
Semi-joke.
Yeah. But yeah, I need to get that off my chest. I'm glad I got that off my chest. Yeah, and that's all for now, folks. Do be sure to smash the like button, comment.
That's all.
Comment glazes out. Hashtag glazes out. I want to see that filled in the comments. You know, let's see how many hashtag glazes outs we can get in the comments. And yeah, we'll check you in the next one. Hopefully the boys get us 3 points because let's be honest, it'll be a bit of positivity out of a lot of negativity in the few months we've had at United. So from me and Clay, peace until next time.